Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. I can't believe we sung a couple bars of that and I managed to screw it up in the very little that we sang. Welcome back, everybody. Gonzalez Bros Entertainment. We're back with another movie review, and as you guessed by our shirts, we are doing I almost said Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming. It's Spider-Man's first entry into his solo career in the MCU. And we're here to talk about it. No spoilers, so don't worry about that. If you haven't seen it, just come in, check it out. Eric, why don't you lead us off with general thoughts?
I had a fun time at the theater. This is a film that is enjoyable, and I'll say Tom Holland has to be the best Spider-Man / Peter Parker that we've ever gotten. And there is something that really bugged me in the film, but it was still a good film.
Overall, I have to agree with Eric. There were some pacing issues that I had. I felt the movie slowed down a bit, but overall, I enjoyed it. The comedy, the performances, everything was great. Now, Eric, let's talk about it in more detail, without spoilers, of course. What are some things you like, some positives?
Michael Keaton did a good job as the Vulture, and I liked how they developed his character, going to his backstory and how he's the villain, and I think Michael Keaton did a fantastic job as the Vulture.
I have to agree with everything Eric just said, and I also have to add that I like the way they blended in the Shocker and the Tinker. It all fit in very well. Didn't seem overstuffed, over bloated, or like overly done with the villains. They did a good job. And as other positives, I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I think I liked him more as Peter Parker, as when he was just a teenager and he had to make the different choices between just being a regular teenager and sacrificing that, because he is not a regular teenager. Obviously, he has superpowers and he has the ability to save lives and do the right thing, and it's difficult for him at times because he sees what is right in front of him. He's just being a kid and being rebellious, and also the responsibility that he has on his shoulders because he is Spider-Man. Now, you got any negatives?
Yes, I got a big negative, but I can't talk.
Is it spoilerific?
Yes, it's spoilerific.
So I say we probably should skip that. Any other negatives that you want to talk about that don't include spoilers?
No, not really. I'm sure a lot of people out there are gonna disagree with me, but Ned's character, was he bad? I'm gonna have to say that I wasn't really a big fan of Ned.
As far as Ned goes, he had a couple of funny lines here and there, but it's not like an overly memorable character. He was just there like, eh.
Yeah.
As far as me for negatives, I have to say that I had some issues with the pacing of the movie. After a couple of action scenes that happen and we get to see where Spider-Man's at after Civil War and the events of that, and after they introduce the Vulture, the movie seems to come to a screeching halt, and it seemed to me that it was stuck in the mud a little bit and it had trouble getting traction again. And I was worried that that's where the movie was going to go, but they managed to pull out of it and they bring the movie back up, and I enjoyed it. The other negative I had was, it's a minor negative, and me being a parent, there's a conversation that was had between May and Peter, and they sort of just brushed over it. And as a parent, I'm like, really? That's all? But that's just a minor negative. That's just me nitpicking, and that's just pretty much it as far as negatives. There's not much negative to say. Everything was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about in the spoiler part.
Now, I do want to mention this because me and Eric were split. There's two post-credit scenes. The first one I enjoyed a whole lot. It's like foreshadowing what's coming in the Spider-Man world, and as the new MCU character, and I enjoyed how they did that. That was pretty cool. Now, the second post-credit scene, I did not like it. I did not enjoy it at all, and it kind of pissed me off, to be honest. But Eric, what did you think?
I wish we would have gotten a better post-credit scene, but it wasn't bad. It was for next.
You sort of liked it now. You kind of.
Yeah, I liked it, but I just wish we would have gotten a third one too.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but sometimes it happens that way. They include one that doesn't really. Well, I'm not even going to get into that because I don't want to give away any spoilers. So, just because we love you fans out there, we just wanted to let you know. So, it's your choice to leave after the second one or not. Or if you want to stick around, it's cool. Whatever. It's up to you. So, Eric, let's rate this puppy. Or spider. Let's rate the spider.
This ranking was higher, but when I think about it more, it makes me like it less. So I'm going to give it a 94.
94, that's still pretty solid. like I said, I enjoyed this movie a whole lot. I did not have that same feeling I did when I first saw the first Spider-Man, the first Raimi Spider-Man. That was some time ago. I was younger, and the way I look at movies now is different. So maybe that had something to do with it as well. But I'm gonna have to give this one an 85, a good 85. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It could have been better. Well, at least for my expectations, it could have been better. But I did like it a whole lot. It gets an 85 from me. That's a combined 100 and something. So you guys should go check it out if you're MCU fans, if you're Spider-Man fans. Check it out. Anything else you'd like to add, young sir?
I'd like to say is that what I liked not the most, but what I like is that this film really does connect with the MCU a lot.
It really does. There's like a couple of Easter eggs here and there that they're not overbearing. They're not shoving other franchises in your face as far as the MCU goes, but there is a couple of nods like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This movie's in the MCU. Oh, one last thing. Everybody was talking about when the trailers came out that this was Iron Man 4. It is not Iron Man 4. It's very much a Spider-Man movie. So, that's not the case with this one at least. Is Tony involved? Yes. But is he the main focus? Absolutely not. So, I think we said all that we can say for now. So, if you like this movie, make sure you comment. If you didn't like this movie, go ahead and comment too. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, your friendly neighborhood Butcher, your friendly neighborhood
Mailman, and your friendly neighborhood Ned Flanders.
So for now, this is the GBE saying,
bye-bye.
how do we do?